Today we're looking into a critical warning from scientists. Our Earth's life support systems are in jeopardy. They've detected severe damage, pushing us far from the safe zone for human survival. Let's find out how pollution and environmental destruction have breached 6 of 9 crucial planetary boundaries, risking the health of our planet. This video will unpack the implications, urgent actions needed, and what this means for our future. Scientists are sounding the alarm, stating that the Earth's life-sustaining systems have been severely harmed to the point where our Earth has strayed far from the safe zone for human existence. Their evaluation revealed that human-driven pollution and the destruction of the natural environment have breached 6 out of 9 critical planetary boundaries have been damaged. These boundaries represent the thresholds of vital global systems like climate, water, and biodiversity. Crossing these limits jeopardizes the Earth's capacity to sustain a thriving and healthy ecosystem. The breached boundaries indicate that these systems have been pushed significantly away from the safe and steady conditions that prevailed from the conclusion of the last ice age 10,000 years ago until the onset of the Industrial Revolution. This era, known as the Holocene, saw the emergence of modern civilization. The evaluation marked a historic milestone, as it was the first comprehensive examination of all 9 planetary boundaries, signifying the initial scientific health assessment for the entire planet, according to the researchers. 6 of these boundaries have already been crossed, and 2 are on the verge of being breached: air pollution and ocean acidification. The sole boundary that remains unthreatened is atmospheric ozone, thanks to efforts to eliminate harmful substances, which have led to the healing of the ozone hole in recent decades. The scientists emphasized that the most concerning discovery was the precarious status of all 4 of the biological boundaries, which pertain to the world of living organisms. These boundaries were either at a critical risk level or very close to it. The living world plays a crucial role on Earth by providing resilience through activities like trees, absorbing carbon dioxide pollution. The scientists clarified that the planetary boundaries should not be viewed as irreversible tipping points where abrupt and severe deterioration occurs. Instead, they mark points at which the risks of substantial alterations in the Earth's physical, biological, and chemical support systems significantly increase. These planetary boundaries were initially introduced in 2009 and updated in 2015, with only 7 being accessible at that time. Professor Johan Rockström, formerly the director of the Stockholm Resilience Center and the leader of the team responsible for creating the boundaries framework, expressed, while science and the global community are understandably concerned about the increasing frequency of extreme climate events affecting societies worldwide, what deeply troubles us is the growing indicators of diminishing planetary resilience. Rockström, who currently holds the position of joint director at the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research in Germany, cautioned that this declining resilience could render the goal of limiting global warming to the 1.5 degrees Celsius target unattainable and bring the world perilously close to critical tipping points. In September, scientists warned that the world stood on the brink of multiple catastrophic tipping points. Professor Catherine Richardson, who led the analysis and is affiliated with the University of Copenhagen, explained, "We are certain that human society has thrived within the conditions that have persisted for the past 10,000 years. What remains uncertain is whether we can flourish amidst significant and profound alterations." Furthermore, human impacts on the Earth's overall system are on the rise as we speak. She drew an analogy, likening the Earth to a patient with alarmingly high blood pressure, emphasizing that this doesn't guarantee an imminent heart attack, but significantly elevates the risk. The assessment, published in the journal Science Advances and based on a compilation of 2,000 studies, revealed that several planetary boundaries were crossed long ago. For instance, The boundary concerning biosphere integrity, encompassing the healthy functioning of ecosystems, was breached in the late 19th century due to extensive destruction of the natural world and the resulting decline in wildlife populations. Similarly, the boundary for land use was exceeded in the previous century, primarily due to deforestation and habitat loss. Climate models indicate that the acceptable limit for climate change was exceeded in the late 1980s. Concerning freshwater, a newly developed metric which considers water in both lakes, rivers, and soil, indicates that this threshold was crossed in the early 20th century. Another critical boundary pertains to the flow of nitrogen and phosphorus in the environment, which are essential for life. However, the excessive use of fertilizers has resulted in significant pollution of many water bodies with these nutrients, leading to problems like algal blooms and the creation of dead zones in oceans. According to data from the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, fields receive 3 times the safe level of nitrogen annually. Additionally, a study conducted in 2022 demonstrated that the boundary for synthetic pollution, including pesticides, plastics, and nuclear waste, has been breached. The analysis led by Richardson also assessed air pollution for the first time, which has adverse effects on plant growth and monsoon rains. It revealed that air pollution has exceeded the planetary boundary in certain regions like South Asia and China, although it has not yet done so globally. Furthermore, ocean acidification is intensifying and is on the verge of surpassing the safe limit. The scientists have conveyed that this latest update indicates that 6 out of the 9 planetary boundaries have been breached, strongly implying that the Earth is now far beyond the safe operational zone for humanity. Rockstrom emphasized that to secure the well-being, prosperity, and fairness of humanity on our planet, we must return to a safe zone, a progress that currently appears lacking in the world. The crucial actions needed include phasing out the burning of fossil fuels and putting an end to environmentally damaging farming practices. The planetary boundaries are established using precise criteria, such as the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere, to address climate change. These boundaries are generally set at levels higher than what has prevailed over the past 10,000 years, recognizing the Earth's resilience to some degree of change. For instance, CO2 levels were at 280 parts per million until the Industrial Revolution. But the planetary boundary is set at 350 ppm. Professor Simon Lewis, who is not part of the study team and works at University College London, described this update as an exceedingly gloomy assessment of an already alarming situation. He underscored the urgent need for profound structural changes in our approach to environmental stewardship. He noted that the concept of planetary boundaries, although a noble attempt to simplify global complexities, might be too simplistic to be practically effective in managing the Earth. He pointed out that the extent of damage and suffering resulting from limiting global warming to 1.6 to dig, with pro-development policies and substantial investments in climate adaptation, would be considerably less than the harm caused by restricting warming to 1.5 degrees, while favoring the wealthy and neglecting the impoverished. Nevertheless, the concept serves as a valuable science-driven parable of our times. In a related assessment published in May, the combination of planetary boundaries with social justice considerations revealed that 6 out of 8 Earth system boundaries had been exceeded. The researchers emphasized the need for additional data to enhance our comprehension of the current situation and further research into the interplay between breached planetary boundaries. They pointed out that the Earth systems have been pushed out of equilibrium, resulting in uncertainty about the ultimate global environmental conditions. In July, a separate initiative aimed at defining the end of the Holocene and the commencement of a new era dominated by human activities made progress when scientists selected a Canadian lake to represent the beginning of the Anthropocene. Notably, this choice of a starting date, 1950, differs significantly from the date suggested by most of the planetary boundaries. I hope you liked today's video. Please comment, Bell.